Welcome inside the Fantasy Stock Exchange. Danny and Bush coming at you with breaking news. 49ers running back Raheem Mostert has requested a trade, apparently, according to Adam Schefter, and I believe Ian Rappaport also confirmed this. My understanding is that the 49ers and Raheem Mostert have been trying to work out a contract extension for quite a while now, probably since like the Super Bowl appearance and the playoff run that Raheem Mostert had. And contract talks probably aren't going too well if he's requesting a trade. Does it say anything else about why he requested a trade aside from contract issues?
Basically, that's it, right? What it says here. So it just says unproductive talks with the 49ers about fairly adjusting his contract, which paid him for his special teams instead of like it as an actual starting running back, which he actually was last year. And as it says here again, he led the league in yards per carry and helped them to the Super Bowl. So this is a massive implication in terms of fantasy impact because, he's still on a cheap contract. He's going to want the extension, but he's still going to come relatively cheap because, again, the fact of the matter is you saw last year how comfortable the situation he was with the Niners. The fact that he's not accepting a deal kind of seems to me that they're kind of lowballing him, saying, oh, well, we got a committee behind us and we could roll with any one of these guys. So ultimately here, like, if a team's looking for a productive, efficient back, he's definitely top of the market at this point. You could probably get him for relatively cheap because he requested the trade. So, overall, huge impact on Raheem. We got to definitely see and monitor where he ends up going. But the biggest impact, in my opinion, honestly happens if he's able to get shipped out. Kevin Coleman and Jerick McKinnon really experienced a huge rise.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of landing spots off the top of my head that'd be willing to trade for someone. I've long said that the Atlanta Falcons need another running back because relying solely on Todd Gurley is not smart because Todd Gurley is not reliable whatsoever. I could see potentially Jacksonville. They seem to be not happy with Leonard Fournette or whatever. Maybe they want to bring in some guys to share touches with him. Either way, I don't think the true fantasy value really comes if Raheem Mostert is traded in the Niners backfield rather than wherever Raheem Mostert goes. Because I do think, no offense to Raheem Mostert, but I do think he's kind of a product of the system because Kyle Shanahan's run scheme is just so good. And this is a guy who's been on 4 NFL teams in the last 5 years. So he's not it's not like he's some super talented runner. It's like if he's gone, it's kind of next man up. It'll be Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, Jeff Wilson, Salvin Ahmed, and all these other guys that are there. So I think I've been on the side of I'm taking Tevin Coleman over Raheem Mostert based on ADP. I'm guessing it'll probably balance out a little bit with this news, at least for the time being until something happens relating to it. But yeah, Tevin Coleman, if he's out there in a dynasty league, is probably, if you have him, if you can sell him really high, I would try to. I don't know if I'd be going to acquire Tevin Coleman right now because the Niners backfield is always going to be a committee. It's never going to be one guy. So I don't think, even if Raheem Mostert's gone, I don't think it's just Tevin Coleman's job. It'll just be like Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, Jeff Wilson, whoever else is there. So if you could sell any of these pieces, McKinnon or Coleman really in a dynasty league, if you can sell them high, I would do so.
For sure. Mentioning Mostert specifically because that's the news that it's on right now. If you're in a dynasty league and you have Mostert, wait until he lands somewhere.
Yeah, don't try and I wouldn't try and buy him either. If you're trying to buy Raheem Mostert, I wouldn't do it personally because Raheem Mostert's maybe this gives him some leverage and they get the contract done. In that case, it would have been a good buy, but he's not a secure runner in his situation. They don't have much invested in him. He's not like a top, he wasn't like a former first round pick or anything. They don't really have any ties to him. So his leverage is them okay, do we want this guy? Do we want to pay this guy? Who knows what he's even asking for? So he might be asking for some ridiculous contract that they're never going to pay. And in which case they're just going to trade him for probably a 4th or 5th round pick.
Yeah, for sure. That's probably going to be the going rate. Talking about Mostert, especially if you own him, wait for him to get traded somewhere. Wait for him to get somewhere and they sign that contract. Because as soon as he signs that contract, his value is going to go up so much higher in a dynasty league. People are going to say, oh, well, you know what? He's the sole back with a contract. That's what you look for in dynasty. And at that point, realistically, how much better of a situation could it be as if he stayed in San Francisco?
No, there's not much better schemes in the NFL. Do you have anything else on this or should we get out of here?
Nothing really. Just stocks up for the other backs in the backfield. I would hold Raheem Mostert if you have him, and don't look to buy him just yet if you don't have him. Unless he could be had super cheap then.
Yeah, and then potentially sell Jerick McKinnon especially because he really doesn't have much value at all right now. So if someone's willing to actually pay anything for him, I would probably try and sell him. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.